Hi everybody, welcome back. Ralph Havens here, Enlighten Up and Get What You Want training series, video training series. I'm so excited to have you here for this series. This is video number 4 in the Enlighten Up and Get What You Want video training series. And if you haven't seen the videos, the 1 and 2 and 3, I really recommend you go see those. This one builds on everything that we learned in the first 3 videos. So I'll be here when you get back. And I'm so excited to get you this. It's been really cool to hear the stories and what's already been changing for people and what they're noticing and what they're noticing that's different. And so that's been really great. Thank you so much for all your comments and your questions and how you're using it. Now, I also know that many of you have been dealing with very chronic medical conditions, very chronic mysterious conditions, autoimmune conditions, other things that are holding you back. And I also know a lot of you are still dealing with money issues, finance issues, and things that are not letting you do what you want to do in life. So I hear you. I'm glad you reached out and told me, and I know you've been working with this material. So it's been cool to hear how it's changing for a lot of you, and I also know how a lot of you are still dealing with a lot of pain. So in this 4th video, I'm going to be showing you something. It's a way that I found to have the universe actually conspire to help you, to help me, to help you. That's what I've noticed. And I call it the all-in principle. And I'll explain that. But first, to recap a little bit, the first 3 videos, just to kind of catch us all up. In the first video, we talked about how to chart your course, how to know where you're going, and how to get a sense of what it would feel like to actually get what you so desire. And also how important it is to take the first step, to do something, to make the first step, even if you don't know where the next step is. In the second video, we talked about the gift. And I call it the gift. It's what's been given to you. It's what can't be taken away from you. It's your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your beliefs. Nobody can make you think or feel or believe a certain way if you don't want to. And if you use that in a way that lines up with what you want, what you really desire, then magic can happen. And we learned how important it is to use this 100% of the time. How if you rage or go into feelings of despair with a lot of emotion, that you actually that it actually makes it fatal to you getting what you really want. So in the second video, we talked about that. In the third video, I talked about how a lot of people, especially spiritual people, people using the power of intention and visualization and the mind to try to get what they want, a lot of people don't use a very important step, and that's what I call the inspired action, the real world action steps. You actually have to do something in the real world to make things happen, especially in the world of health or money or finances. So I talked about how you can still remain neutral and do stuff to work towards goals. And to other people, it looks like you're working really hard. But for you, what you're really doing is following the breadcrumbs, following the next inspired action, taking it and trusting and doing it, possibly not even knowing what the next step is, and then it's presented to you and you do that one. And I also talked about the importance of how it's really very important to do it immediately. When you get the inspired action, you don't want to wait around, because the universe will kind of move along and then go find somebody that wants to actually do it. So by doing it immediately, you get a lot of bang for your buck, and you get the next step, the next thing to do. So okay, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you the all-in principle. And it's a very important piece. It's something that I found, and I'll give you some stories around it, especially one that I had with myself that was quite interesting. And it's something the universe knows if you're actually committed to something, if you're actually all in, or if you're just kind of hedging your bets and not really stepping off. So I'm going to be talking to you about that. All right. So I've really loved the comments and everything that everybody's told me. I love being on these calls with you, and I also know that you are really looking to solve these chronic conditions and also the money and finance things. So I hear you, and it's been so cool to work with you. I've really enjoyed this. I want to thank you all for sharing what you've been noticing. I want to share a couple of stories of what some people have said so far, just to kind of set the space up again for us. I had a woman that emailed me. She used to live in San Diego, now lives on the East Coast, and she was saying that although her finances haven't totally shifted yet, what's interesting is she feels okay. She feels everything is going to be okay. She's calm. She knows things are going to be handled, and that's starting to shift things for her. And she's feeling the confidence and the ease in herself. So she was really thankful for that. And the lady I still think about is the lady that messaged us. I talked about her last video, where $2,000 popped into her account unexpectedly after watching the first video. So that's just awesome. There's also the woman that had the unexpected job opportunities that came in after watching videos. So thank you all for all those messages. I want to also do a little shout out and thank you for the message of how well this one woman is doing, who had the osteoporosis and rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis, and had very much difficulty moving around her house and had to actually be carried between the bedroom and the bathroom sometimes because of such pain, who did a couple of things that I recommended she do in the real world around nutrition, and also worked with me for about 7 sessions, I believe, so far, and is now in pretty much no pain and doing really well. And the doctors are amazed, and they're actually confused, and she's just happy, and she's getting on with doing what she wants to do and figuring out what that is. So thank you all for all those messages. I really appreciate it. Okay, so in this 4th video, what I'm going to be showing you is the all-in principle. And like we talked about, you can meditate and visualize forever, but if you don't ever do something, it doesn't really translate very well to getting what you want. The next piece is you have to show the universe, you have to actually be all in. You have to be committed. You have to have some skin in the game. It's in the world of taking a chance, or going for it, or being brave, or doing it even if you're in fear, even if you're scared, taking a risk. There's different ways to go all in, and it's an important piece to it, to this whole thing. Now, a really good example is me. I've told you my story of how I had a successful practice in San Diego, and then I got really sick, and then I figured it out, and I got really well, and we decided to move, and I was still living in fear and trying to get in a place where I would be safe, and found this house that ended up being very toxic, and we ended up spending $100,000 to fix it, and we were living outside in our tent, and a lot of drama going on, a lot of stuff going on. And as I was getting healthier and we were fixing up the house, and we've now fixed it, it's a great house. As I was getting healthier, I knew I needed and wanted to get back to doing my work in a big way. I really wanted to have a big impact in the world and see a lot more people. I had a very small practice at a distance, working on Skype, with clients, and a few clients in Bellingham, Washington, in an office, and I was ready to get back into it. I also knew that I didn't know how to do that. I mean, I knew how to help people get well. I had seen people solve chronic and mysterious conditions. I had seen people recover from autoimmune conditions. I'd seen rheumatoid arthritis go away and ulcerative colitis go away. I'd seen these things. And I'd even seen people manifest money and financial stuff with my work. But I was used to doing it mostly in person and a little bit at a distance, even though I knew it could work at a distance. So I knew I needed a way to make it so that people around the world could know who I was and find me, and I could have a business that actually worked, the business side of things. So I talked with my wife, Jen, and we thought, okay, let's find out who can help us. And I interviewed many business coaches that actually work with distance healers. That's actually a niche. So I looked and found one, and she was pretty expensive. She wasn't the absolute most expensive, but she was right up there. Thousands and thousands of dollars to work with this woman from New York City. And when she was talking with me, she goes, okay, Ralph, I'll work with you, but if you're going to work with me, you have to raise your rates. And the amount that we came up with was 2.5 times what I was charging. And I was like, are you sure? I mean, I don't have that many clients now. That's why I'm calling you, right? And she goes, no, you got to do this. This is like ridiculous. You got to make it where, the value is the value. And I had already committed to, in my mind, that I wanted to work with her. But I hadn't put skin in the game. I hadn't shown the universe that I was all in. And I hadn't learned that principle yet, but I did know that I wanted to work with her. And I really believed she could help me. So I took a big gulp and put my credit card down because we didn't have any more cash. We had spent it all on the house, and spent my thousands of dollars. And within an hour, I got 3 new calls from international clients at my new rate. And ever since then, it just went bigger. So even before I officially started with her, as far as knowing what she wanted me to do, the energetics of it, I had shown the universe, and I had actually shown myself that I was all in, and I had skin in the game, and the universe conspired to help me and just gave me 3 clients. So, and then it just kept going from there, and now people really get my work and really know me. So, so that's that. So I have another story. I have a client who I saw from the Netherlands, and he did the free consult with me. I do a free consult with anybody that wants one. Get to the root cause of your condition session, free 45-minute session. And I was doing one of those, a free consult with this guy from the Netherlands. And he had been homeless. He still didn't have a job, but he really, really wanted a session from me. And so he decided to do it. So we set up a time for him to have his session, and he paid his money, my new rate. And so when we had the session, he told me unexpectedly he had that exact amount of money, just a few cents less than it, but pretty much that exact amount of money pop into his world, into his account unexpectedly. He ended up having 2 sessions at my new rate, and he's had quite a transformation, and I love hearing from him. We have a really good relationship. I love hearing all the stuff that's changing for him. So here was another guy that showed the universe that he was all in. Okay, so when you're all in and you've jumped off, magic can actually happen. So you might want to look for ways to be all in. You don't need to go searching for it. The universe will show you. You'll know it when you see it. So look for that, and know that you can meditate, you can visualize, you can even do some actions. But if there's something to do, you might want to do it, and it could be the thing that's showing the universe and yourself that you are all in. Okay, so one thing that can happen, and look for this, one thing that can happen when you are all in is something that one of my teachers, Ed O'Keefe, talks about. He calls it LeapFrogging. And it's like when you meet somebody that's influential, or somebody that's going to tell everybody about you, or some sort of, you get on, somebody blogs about you, or you get on a blog that's big, and all of a sudden everybody knows about you. You've leapfrogged. You've taken a big step forward. And that can happen when you've shown the universe that you're all in. I had that experience where I was doing my work in San Diego, and I had one guy come see me who didn't have a lot of cash, but he saw me for cash rate, didn't have any other way to see me like that, but he came to see me, and we solved a very chronic hamstring leg problem for him. So he left, and then another guy showed up who was one of his friends, and this other guy was very influential, had a big company in San Diego, worked with a major sports franchise in national franchise, sports franchise. I won't give too many details about that to keep it anonymous, but he came to see me, and he had told his doctor, and his doctor had known about me because we were both runners, and his doctor started sending a lot of people, and then this guy that was the big influential business guy told everybody. I mean, I saw his business partner, his clients, his some people in the sporting world. I saw his entire family. He sent me so many people, and I consider him a friend now. So you never know when you're going to leapfrog. But if you're all in, the universe starts to present more of these opportunities. The universe has a lot of magical ways to make things happen, and one of them is this leapfrog approach. So you might notice that. Okay, so let's get back to you. What would it be like for you to solve your conditions, to let go of any of the anxieties or the depressions or the autoimmune issues, the chronic issues? What would it be like to really solve that? And the money issues, what might it be like to really solve the money issues and the financial issues and get your life back? You might want to feel that now. Yeah, and what would it be like to really know how to make it happen for yourself? So you can have the life that you want. Yeah. What would it be like to know how to use your mind, energy, real world action steps, inspired actions, to show the universe and to know that you're all in, so you can truly get what you want. You can do this now. Go to that feeling state, like we did in the first video, of having what you actually want. If you were to have it, what might you really desire then? Imagine what your life would be like, knowing your meditation, your energy work can really get you what you want. Using real world action steps, real inspired actions. Yeah, where your energy and your excitement and your beingness is contagious. And things, circumstances, life just works for you. So you might go ahead and feel that now. You're already in it. Very good. So you've done a lot of work in this area. You've been on the calls and you've been going through this and you've been sending me comments and you've been trying this stuff and using it and you've seen some changes already. And you can feel it now. Yeah. So I want to tell you a little bit about the way to take this deeper. I've been telling you a little bit about it, but I'm going to be offering a new program, a new training. It's how to take this work really deep, and a way for me to give you everything that I know, everything that I've learned, everything I've used, and have an interactive way to do that with you. So I'll tell you a little bit about that, because if you are interested in that, a way to really master this and have it be something you can use every day to tune your life to getting what you want, I can tell you how you can do that. Yeah, for now, notice how this feels. And then, you know, imagine where you could be in a few years having this. Having solved this, having figured it out, having a way to actually use this enlighten up and get what you want process to keep tuning your life. You've learned in these sessions how meditation and visualization and power of positive thinking and thoughts and beliefs and even actions are useful. You're also learning now that being all in is useful. And yeah. So now imagine if you don't do this, it's okay if you don't do it. Of course it is. You have this training, you've got a lot going for you right now with this. But imagine not doing it and the rest of the training, the deeper training, and what you might be like in a few years, 2 or 3 years, if you don't solve your financial stuff, your money stuff, your physical conditions. And just trying to do stuff that kind of helps you part way, calms you down, makes you feel a little bit better, but doesn't really solve it, doesn't get that life that you really want. So this really is a bit of a fork in the road. And it's a point when, if you are ready to take this deeper, if you do want to work with me on a deeper level with this, I can show you a lot more. I can teach you everything I know with this material. And everything that I'm calling the Enlighten Up and Get What You Want process. It's what I used, it's what I'm using with my long-term clients. And I want to tell you about this training program because I've developed a way, I found a way to get this to you. So this program is going to be an interactive program. It's been really great with the videos and with interacting on comments and emails and stuff like that. But the program that I'm going to be starting up pretty soon is an interactive program where you'll be on 5 calls. There might be a few more, but you'll be on 5 calls where you're on the phone or the computer and you're actually talking with me. You can talk to me, I can talk to you. And we're going to be going through all these steps in greater depth, but also much more that I've learned over the years of doing this, and really get it so that you can actually have it in your hands, in your ability to use it. So you're going to have 5 interactive calls, and each call will be recorded. So you'll get the MP3 audio file of it, and you'll also get the transcript. It'll be written down so you can go through it, underline stuff, and work with stuff. Now, the other parts that you're going to be getting with this is I've written a book. Some of you might have it already that have worked with me long term, but I've written an ebook called Enlighten Up and Get What You Want. And it was basically my notes for myself of all this material that I've learned. And I put it into a format with all the different ways to do this. And so you'll be getting that book. And I'm going to be doing a special way of working with you with this. I've got a request from people, and I think it's a wonderful idea. So I'm going to be doing individual sessions with everybody on the call. So instead of the group calls that I've done where I do once a month with a big group, I'm going to have this more intimate group with you, and each of you will have your time with me individually. We'll go over what you're dealing with, and we'll go through the pattern energetically and shift it. And the thing is, when you're on stage or when you're the person being worked on, everybody else in the group also gets a big benefit. Sometimes even bigger. I've noticed amazing things with the people that are in the group when I'm working on somebody else. So when you're in the group, you'll be getting a shift, and when you're the one being interacted with directly in these calls, you'll be getting a shift, of course. So it's going to be a great way to have the power of the group help us. But I'm going to be doing individual sessions with every single person on the group. And the extra special bonus, I thought about this for a while, and I thought, this is going to be a really cool course to get out to people, to the world. And so you're helping me actually develop this course. And I'm going to be packaging it in that I'm going to be taking all the material and I'm going to be making all new videos and all new training manual with it. And so in addition to all the stuff I just described, I'm going to be making a brand new course with everything organized and new videos. And I'm going to be giving that to you as well. So it'll be about a month probably after all the calls end, but you'll be getting the final product besides the interactive one. You're getting a big benefit by having a very interactive program with me. It's going to be very individualized for you and exactly what you need. So if this interests you, I can tell you how we could do this. So I'm setting it up. You might be thinking, well, how much does that cost, Ralph? You know, because a single session with me costs $250. A 1 hour session, my rate that I've had for a while now is $250, and that's for 1 hour. So this entire class, the five five group calls, they're also very individualized with you and interactive, and the book and the transcripts and the audio files and the extra course that's going to come out of this that you're going to get is going to be $247. I wanted to make it where it could really work for you, and if it's something that calls you, it could be a really cool way to do it. And if there will be a payment plan, $87 for 3 months. So if that suits you better, that option will be available too. So if this is something that interests you, I would love to have you with me. We're going to be having the registration open for just about a week, because after that, then the class starts. So it's going to be interactive. So it's going to be, you know, like a class that you take in school. It'll be, here's registration, and then we stop registration, and then we start the class. So if you're interested, you should look at signing up today. You can go down and click on the button and join us on the inside of the class, and it'll be up for a week. It'll be the registration will close Friday at midnight. So next Friday at midnight. So I hope that you join me. I think it's going to be an awesome class, and I want to leave you with one more success story, because it's just cool. So if you noticed, I've had a lot of cool art on my wall throughout these videos, and I realized that after the last video, I said, oh my goodness, all of Wanda's art is on the wall. It's some art that I bought over the years, and Wanda was a client of mine many years ago, and I saw her this past summer for a couple of sessions, and she's written me many wonderful emails about what's changed for her, and I've got lots of stories of amazing stuff. But I want to leave you with one of her emails from this last summer. She sent me something October 22nd of 2016, after she had seen me, I think, in August. So here it is. I had 2 sessions with Ralph during a 2-week vacation in the Pacific Northwest. It was like having my very own gentle, wise wizard. During and after the sessions, things shifted. Stuff that was gone that I didn't need anymore, and I was glad to give them a one-way passport to extinction. Pain I had in my back for 20 years when sitting in those dreaded airplane seats, poof, gone, bye-bye. Thanks for the lessons. Food allergies and sensitivities to even good, healthy food, markedly better. More choices, happy body, happy taste buds. Anger toward my mom for feeding me very unhealthy food when I was a child, transmuted to understanding and love. Brain fog when around synthetic perfume, and discomfort when I was around those who wore it. Done. Hello, brain. I didn't realize this until 3 weeks after the session with Ralph. I was standing next to a woman at a party, and I realized I thought her perfume smelled nice, and I was thinking clearly and feeling great. This has been an issue for me for over 30 years. After the first session with Ralph, I could comfortably be in a new rental car with chemical smells without the mask I was previously wearing in the car. Prior to seeing Ralph, I was having knee pain. My husband and I went on 17 hikes during the 2-week vacation. I had virtually no knee pain. Only 2 times I had a tweak of pain for about a second. I'm amazed and grateful for these shifts in my life. I was already doing many things to improve my health and well-being. I feel that having these sessions with Ralph was a key element in having more emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual health and happiness in my life. Thank you, Ralph. So that's from Wanda from San Diego. And her art, if you're interested, is brushstrokesbywanda.com. If you can't find it, let me know. Just send me a message. brushstrokesbywanda.com. So that's it. So I've really, really enjoyed being on these videos with you. I've had an amazingly good time, and I loved every minute of it. So if you're interested in joining me for the class, the registration ends Friday at midnight, and I look forward to seeing you. So this is Ralph Havens, signing off.